Hey, what's up everybody? This is Titan with Titans of CNC. And today I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. I wanna slow it down, let's bring it down, all right? So we're at my machine shop. I'm over here and I'm gonna explain the academy in a little bit more detail and make it easy to understand, all right? I think that's something that we do in manufacturing. We make things less complicated, right? If it's complicated, there's a greater, risk for error, right? So I wanted to, one thing about the academy, the whole academy, is make it simple. Take all of the stuff that doesn't need to be there and make it simple, okay? And I think that trips everybody up because everybody's thinking like, oh, it's manufacturing, it's got to have all these books and it's got to have all these things and it's got to have everything. And then all of a sudden, they watch a 7-year-old or a 13-year-old follow the tutorials and actually create a model. And then all of a sudden they're thinking, wait, that was easy. They just followed the process. It's step-by-step instruction and they actually follow the process. All right, so I've been having a lot of different questions and I just thought it'd be good to come back on and explain. All right, one thing that I want to say is in creating the academy, we as expert CNC machinists that work for big companies and do thousands of part numbers for companies like Blue Origin and SpaceX and different big industry people, because of our vast experience in the trade, our immense love for the industry, for our people, for just everything manufacturing, with also having an understanding that a lot of our young people don't understand the trade, right? A lot of parents aren't pushing them to the trade because they're thinking it's a dirty, grimy, old type of shop, right? But when you walk into SpaceX, you walk into one of these companies and you see a 180-foot rocket like just laying there and it's like a dentist's office and it's so different than what the perception is. And that's why we created the TV show and that's why we created the TV show on MAV TV that airs every Monday night. And that is because we wanted to show off the industry, we want to pull back the curtains, right? Then we created the school and we wanted to show people like how to actually create a school, right? How to actually build a curriculum. And now we have the curriculum and we're just making it better now, okay? So as an expert that cares about our kids, the industry, all of it and wanting everybody to learn it and grow in it so we as a country can thrive, one of the first things that we thought was, let's make it the academy like just massive, right? I want people to understand, like one of the first things that you see when you come over here is literally like the types of parts. So when you scroll down under 3D models on, it's academy.titansofcnc.com. When you go to 3D models and you look at each 3D model, look at the different styles, right? Automotive, aerospace, medical. When you start looking at the sheer volume of parts, straight up aerospace parts, 5-axis parts, chess pieces, just everything you can think of. It's just a massive amount of parts. So we wanted people to look and just see like, it's not just square parts. It's not just round parts. It's all different types of parts, right? So you look at the academy, you see all the different types of parts. Then when you actually, as a machinist who has a lot of experience, when you look at complex parts, the difference of a new machinist to a very experienced machinist is vision and understanding the process, okay? So what I'm saying is when you come in and you actually look at a CNC machine and you don't know anything about it, you're intimidated. Then you pick up a part and you see 4 drilled holes and you're like, it's metal, like how do I drill these holes, right? And later on, after you've machined a million different parts, you actually pick up a complex 5-axis part with holes all over the place, and it's Swiss cheese. And what you understand is it's the exact same thing as the 4 holes in the first part. There's just more of them. And if you follow the process and you figure out how to actually manipulate the model and how to program it, and you just follow the process and you don't get, you don't get psyched out by it, you actually just follow the process, go step 1, step 2, step 3, dissect it, prioritize it, and work the problem, all of a sudden you can do anything, right? You can make anything. And as a CNC programmer, I think you understand, like, there's a process of drilling a hole. There's a process of roughing out a pocket. There's a process of finishing a pocket. Rough it hard and fast, and then come back and kiss it, right? When you're doing thin wall parts and stuff, rough it, relax it, kiss it, right? So when you start understanding these techniques, how to tap, how to thread mill, how to bore intense, how to like indicate everything, how to do everything, you start getting it like, man, I can make anything, right? So as an expert machinist, I want to be careful with the expert. As a machinist with a lot of experience making very complicated parts with myself and my team, we wanted to come up with a variety of parts. And then we wanted to take you from the beginning steps and walk you through part to part to part to part, okay? A lot of people sit you down and they'll go over GD&T. They'll go over, inspection processes. They'll go over, just everything. If you think about the trade has a million different things going on with it, right? I think like Kennametal alone has like something like 80,000 SKU numbers. I mean, how can somebody beginning come into the trade and actually understand what tools they actually need, right? So looking at all of it, looking at all the complex parts, we wanted to just lead teachers, lead educators, and lead students on a journey to success, okay? So one of the first things that we came up with is the building blocks. What is building blocks? Building blocks is a series of 10 parts. When you look at the parts, let me bring it up real quick. So you're on the website, you just go over to education, drop down to building blocks, and there it is. So when you actually look at the parts, you got to really understand that each one, they're not just parts. Each one is specific to teach you a new technique. And while teaching you a new technique, you are learning through repetition by roughing every single part, by finishing every single part, by tapping most parts, by deburring every single part, right? And then each one just gives you a little bit more, okay? So let me talk about this a little bit. This is the easiest part right here. It has a pocket, it has 1032 threads, another kind of cutout on the side, you profile it. This one has pockets, that's the Titan 1M, that's the Titan 2M. Similar threads in a different place. You got these chamfers on the ends, the corners, you got pockets that basically pop out the sides, right? So now instead of just doing a clean finish, you actually have to pick a few different things to get it done. It's very similar though. Then you have another part over here, it's actually mirrored. This part over here has small O-ring grooves, like they just have to be perfect with the threads, and it's round. Now you have to flip it over in soft jaws and hold it. You got the triangle part, you got the islands. The triangle actually has the side key cut inside that teaches you how to do key cuts. This one has islands and the threads. This one over here has deburring and a cool shape. This one is the binoculars that has internal O-ring grooves, all right? And then this guy right here takes you up to full surfacing, multi-axis surfacing. Coming over here, this is an ISO grid. This is like many aerospace companies use this honeycomb technique for structural parts. It's parts that we make here. I just designed my own with my boy Billy. We designed one that basically was different than the ones we make, but it was basically the same concept. So you can actually make a real ISO grid that goes, that's a regular part that we would make for aerospace companies, right? So now, let me take you into the Titan 1M. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the process now, okay, the process. So I'm going to come in over here, actually drop down, and we have a few different things going on. As you come down, the first thing that you're going to see right here is the building blocks curriculum outline, okay? So what is the curriculum outline? It's this document right here for the building blocks. And we're basically, as we go, we're getting more in depth and stuff, but it's a basic outline that's going to teach you and show you basically, at the beginning, it shows the steps that you're going to go through, just super simple. And then it has so these are the steps, and these are the resources that we give you to be successful during the steps, all right? And then when you get to the end, it's basically teaching you everything that you're learning through the teaching series and all that. So it's only 3 documents, but there's a wealth of knowledge because we give it all to you, okay? So that's what you see right there. On the next thing that you see is the tool library. So the tool library, like, let me explain this a little bit. The tool library is genius. Like, let me tell you, like, it's like really awesome. Why do I say that? I'm not making money off the tool library, right? But let me like explain why it's awesome. It's because we've taken all 10 parts with all techniques, and in designing all 10 parts, we basically came up with a standardized tool list of 16 tools. So if you have that face mill and those end mills and those drills and those taps and that key cutter and all of that, all advanced carbide tooling, if you have all of this stuff, you can actually make every single part. You don't have to look at 50 or 90,000 SKUs. You just look at the standardized tool list, right? And this is the tool list right here. So all these tools are the 16 tools for the building blocks. Now, this list, exactly how it is now, is right here for download. So you can basically go here, click on it, and actually download the list and upload it into Fusion 360, and it will live in your tool crib on Fusion 360, right? So as you're programming and following myself and Tyson and whoever else is doing tutorials, as you're following us and we go get a Stelram shell mill, you go and get the same Stelram shell mill. You don't have to make anything, it's right there because you uploaded it into your system, the same tools that I'm using, right? And then 1/2 inch end mill, 1/4 inch end mill, whatever, it's all right there, super simple, okay? So all these tools. Something that's really awesome also is that Kennametal basically stepped up and said, Titan, since you have this tool list, how about we step up and lift up education and do something awesome? So they created, so like for this guy, there's one for the lathes and for the mills, and as we go into 5-axis and live tooling, there'll be like little additions, right? Because we're gonna keep going off the same tools to actually help save you money, okay? So check this bad boy out. Boom. Isn't that crazy? So this box right here is basically has all 16 tools. They're all carbide tools, and Kennametal gave them at least 50% off for education for everybody. Everybody wanting to learn CNC basically can get this guy. You just go to your local distributor for Kennametal and ask them about the Titan toolkit, and basically you can have the tools live in your system. You just upload them for free. The Academy's for free. You get this toolkit right here, And basically you'll have all the tools, not the holders. A lot of people have holders and stuff, so we didn't want to put the holders in. But as far as all the tools, the shell mill, the inserts, all that, it's all right here, okay? So, Kennametal, doing it up. So anyway, that's the tool list, okay? So now, when you come down here, you come to, these are all the different parts, okay? So I'm just gonna go to the first part, the very first part right here. Boom. What is the first thing that you see? 3 videos, okay? That is basically, that is the foundation, it's the heart of our academy, okay? Because unlike a lot of different curriculums that are going to make you do a whole bunch of book work and a whole bunch of different things, we want you to make something. We want you to make something, learn while you make it so you can hold it in your hand and you can get it, right? So from day one, we want you to work on designing the part, okay? So when you go in here, there's a video where I teach you how to design the Titan 1M. And guess what? We didn't sit you in a class teaching you all about inspection, all about that. Not that we're not going to teach you, but we're going to teach you by doing. So what's the first thing that we actually do? We actually pull out a document that is the print for that part, okay? So we have dissected it. So this is what the part looks like. But we've basically dissected it because we want you guys to understand the process. So a complicated part that could look very complicated, the first thing we want to show you is it's just a rectangle. Let's not overcomplicate things. It's just a rectangle, okay? So let's draw in seconds. We do rectangle, click, pull, 1.9, 4 inches, enter, creates the rectangle, then all of a sudden, right click, extrude, pull it back 750, enter, you have this. That quick, that easy, all right? A lot of people think that it's so complicated, but it's not because the technology is there, all right? Next thing we do is we show you how to draw the holes. Now let's click this surface. Let's actually just create all these dimensions. Let's put the holes in, boom, 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 and it's there, okay? These are the threads. Then let's draw again. Let's actually just crank in this little pocket right here, this little pocket right here. Let's put the chamfers on and let's finish the part, okay? Simple. Don't overthink it. Just follow instructions. When we do the videos, when we do the video tutorials, and we go back and edit it and we watch it, what I'm looking for and what my team's looking for is, could a 4th grader do this? You know, can anybody do this? If they just have the video and the screen and they just go back and forth and just copy it, can they have success? And that's how we quality check this tutorial system. Because if we leave out part of the process, then they're gonna get stuck, okay? So first video basically teaches you how to design it. And now guess what though? Wolf in sheep's clothing, like it's like something happens. You just went off all these dimensions. So in your head, you just drew the part. You have an understanding for that part, right? That's a gift right there. You have an understanding for that part. You know it's 750, you know it's 1.9, you know it's 4 inches, you know that the pocket's 500 deep, you know that it has 1032 threads, you know your dimensions are already starting to be there, right? So the next thing that happens is something that everybody says is like wrong, but I will argue the point, because look at all the kids and look at everybody doing it. Everybody's having success. And if you're making parts in days, not weeks, months, and years, then how can it be wrong, right? People that say it's wrong, they just don't understand the technology and they don't understand exactly what we're doing. And that's why I'm making this video right now and talking to you about it, okay? So the second thing we do is actually go through and we actually program the part. So when you're actually in here, now you click over here to the CAM video. So when you're in the system, you basically just go up here from model, go down here to CAM, go into CAM, and then you just go set up and boom, you got material on there and you just adjust the material. You just follow my instructions. I'm not expecting you to be an expert at programming. I'm not expecting you to be anything. I'm just expecting you to do exactly what I tell you to do, okay? There's 90,000 tools, but what are we gonna do? We're gonna pull up the document here, which is the setup sheet for operation 1 of the Titan 1M, and guess what? It only has 5 tools. 5 tools that live in your library that's already drawn up for you, right? That's in your toolkit from Kennametal. So the face mill, 3/8 end mill, the 1/4" chamfer, the 177 drill, and the 1032 tap. Don't worry about 1,000 tools. We got 5. And don't even worry about the 5. Watch the video, and we're gonna go to tool 1, face mill. That's the process. We're gonna face the top first. Tool 2, end mill. We're gonna rough, then we're gonna finish. Tool 3, the chamfer. We're gonna deburr. We're gonna spot the holes. We're basically coming back. Tool 4, we're gonna drill, and we're gonna tap. Just do exactly what I tell you to do, and you're gonna have success. Treat me like I'm your uncle or your brother. Just have confidence in me, and I'm gonna lead you to success. All right, I'm doing the mill cam. Billy Boyce did the CAD. That guy is awesome. He takes you through all of it, right? So I'm doing the cam. My son Tyson is doing all the lathes, so you can find all of that stuff already there, okay? So now we program it. How does somebody program something that they've never been on a CNC machine? Easy. Follow my instructions. And if you're a teacher, have confidence in the process. I know that you wanna sit everybody down and teach them all this, and you wanna sit them down and teach them all this, and teach them all this, and do all that. Just have confidence in the process, because we've taken all the roadblocks out, we've made it easy, and we put the process, the roadmap right there. 1 video, 2 videos, right? At the end of the second video, you actually post all the code. You can actually go through and you can actually watch every tool do its thing. You can double check it. The teacher can come and double check every tool. Make sure nothing drops too deep, nothing's going too fast. Just proof it all out perfectly, right? Then you take the code, you take it to the machine, you put it into the CNC machine. So now, all of these guys, they've never been on a CNC machine, but guess what? The curiosity, they know what they're making, okay? They know that they designed the Titan 1M. They understand the dimensioning with the 1M. They haven't learned how to inspect it yet, right? But they understand what they're trying to make, okay? Then they took tools and they actually programmed the tools and watched the tools, right? And now they're gonna go onto a CNC machine where you're gonna watch the tools again in simulation, and then you're gonna run the tools above the part, right? But now we have a third video where I'm actually talking about how to step up to the machine, how to do different things. When the video is playing, a lot of people say, oh, you're teaching CNC machining. What about all the basics? What about this? What about that? One part, take it nice and slow. Let's just learn as we go, okay? Excuse me. So this part right here, basically, now that you come up to the CNC machine, you're going to see, as we walk up, you're going to see a thing come down on the lower left, and it's going to say, check out this video. And up in our system, under education, you'll actually see how to run a job shop. And when you come down here, you'll actually see tutorials. So we'll actually call out the tutorial and we'll say, okay, like we're gonna put a vise on. So we're not gonna say it every single time we do the part. So make sure that you watch this video right here, okay? And the video will teach you how to clean a table. Like we're not even worried about the controls on the CNC, how to clean a table. How to wipe it down, what a machinist stone is, how to stone the table, how to make it perfect, how to like just use your fingers and not a dirty cloth and just like make sure that it's perfect, right? How to do the same thing to a vise, how to put the vise down, how to lock it down, how to put an indicator on that vise, how to tram it in, how to move it, right? And now the students are watching the video, the teacher's watching the video, and then the teacher is actually using it as a live demonstration where he's actually doing it with the students and they're actually doing it live and making sure that it's perfect, right? So then, like, how do we put the tools in the holders? Let's put the tools in the machines. Let's put parallels inside the vise. Let's put a left-hand stop in the vise and hook it up and put the raw material, set it in place, boom. Right? So we're going over every single process. We're making sure everything is perfect and we're not rushing the process. If that day turns into multiple days or a week, it's okay because it's the first part, okay? Then all of a sudden we have the tools in, we zero our fixture, we move in because we got rough stock, we double check everything, go into the program, we've already simulated it, we bring it above, we watch everything perfect, the teacher double checks everything, the teacher probably runs the first part, right? And then all of a sudden you come down, you actually make a part, you unload it, take it out. Do I know everything about the CNC? No. Do I know how to like put my program in and actually go to my program and go to my offsets? Yeah. Am I good at it? No. I don't expect you because we're going to learn through repetition. But then you grab the part, right? And you look at the part and you look at everything. You look at your surface finishes, you double check it. Your teacher is talking to you about what you're looking at, right? As the videos go, we're constantly talking to you about what you're looking for, right? And now guess what? An FA. All right, so this FA, first article report, is a report that we actually took off another document here at my company, Titans of CNC, that we actually filled this out for aerospace companies, right? So this is a document where basically it has every single dimension for the Titan 1M part. So now the student has to go in and he has to put whatever it is, 4 inches, his actual dimension, he has to put 4 inches or 4.002, right? And the teacher has to double check it and then accept it or reject it. And you have to go through the whole thing and then go to Op 2 and then go through the whole thing to make sure that you complete this document. Guess what though? How do you inspect? Well, now there is a problem, so we have a need, okay? So now we're going to introduce you to a caliper. We're going to introduce you to gauge pins. We're going to introduce you to a depth mic. We're going to introduce you to a few different inspection tools that allow you to actually inspect the Titan 1M and actually complete this form. Are you going to be an expert? No. Do I expect you to be? Absolutely not, because we're learning through repetition, okay? So once you finish with the first operation, now you're basically just going to flip it over. You're going to hold the part that you cut. You're going to do the same thing for the first couple tools. You're just going to face it, now it's a couple of passes, right? Face, face, and then you're going to deburr it, and the part's going to be finished. You're going to fill out your document and basically go on to part number 2. Okay? A lot of people will be like, oh, I just made this part and I want to go to part 9. We're going to do multi-axis surface and it's going to be awesome and I'm going to do this. Don't do it. If you're a teacher, don't let them do it. Follow the process. Go to the Titan 2M. Now, guess what? You spent a lot of time drawing the first one, but now the second one is so similar. It's just a little bit different. So now we just changed it up just a little bit. Okay? So now just draw it again. Oh, man, it's a little bit quicker. Okay? Let's program it. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, it's the same tool. It's face mill, end mill. Wait, maybe there's something to this, right? Oh, let's go and machine it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Then all of a sudden, let's fill out our documentation. Are we an expert in inspecting tools? No. Do I know every single inspection tool? No. When I first started driving a car, do I know everything about the 800 pieces in the engine? No. But over years, through the process of doing, I'm going to start getting it. Okay? So you go to the Titan 3M, you go to the Titan 4M, you go to the Titan 5M. By the time you get to the Titan 9M and you start multi-axis surfacing within weeks or a couple months of walking into this trade without even knowing anything, you're going to do it and you're going to get it. And guess what? The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go up and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to rough this whole thing and I'm going to come back and I'm going to kiss it. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to do this and I'm just going to follow Titan's words and I'm going to make these parts, right? That's it. That's the process. Just follow the process. Every single part, when you go into the video to the right hand, it will have related files. The related files are all right there. It's free. You download the files. Don't overthink the process. Keep it simple, right? Don't overthink the process and let's just make a part. Then let's make another one and make another one. Now, guess what? When you go to a tight bore, now we'll add in an ID mic, right? Now we'll do certain things, but you've already used calipers a whole bunch. You've already used gauge pins. You're checking your IDs, you're checking your threads, your go, your no-go. You're doing that, and over every part, you're gaining that experience, okay? So what happens after you do all 10 building blocks? You just keep making parts. All of a sudden, I'm looking at like Matt Wilkinson. I think he's gonna come to my shop maybe on Saturday or something. But anyway, this guy just went and bought his own machine, didn't know anything about it. He's a welder. He basically bought his machine, went through the 10 building blocks, and then he just posted on our Titans of CNC Academy group. He just posted this grill he made, and it had a honeycomb in the grill that he got from like the 10th part. It's a little bit different. And it's like boom, and it's got these edges and stuff, but it's all techniques that he learned in the building blocks, because at the end of the day, remember I told you, you got the part with the 4 holes, you got the super complex part, it's the same thing. All it is roughing, it's finishing, it's doing holes, it's doing bores, it's multi-axis contouring, it's full contouring 5-axis. It's just, once you get it, you can make anything. And then it becomes art. How do we hold a complex part? How do we actually machine titanium, right? It's different tools. How do we machine Inconel? How do we machine Monel? How do we actually, use all axis at the same time? We're going to teach you all of it. We're going to teach you all of it. And we're going to make it easy just like this, right? So we can stop messing around for months and years to do this stuff, because the truth is, if you want to go out there and actually make money, you have to solve your employer's problems. You have to make it happen. And it doesn't matter how much school you have. It doesn't matter how many certificates you have. It doesn't matter anything. What matters is that you can produce a part fast, efficiently, to perfect spec on time, and you can make it happen so you can make your boss money. So the company can actually make money, the company can be successful, and basically it can pay you a good wage. People come to me, I'm like, what can you make? And from that point, what can you make and how efficient can you make it? All right. Every video, one thing I'll add in is, why do we have advanced carbide tooling? Because every video that we do, we're showing you, we're programming it at 4,000 RPMs, and then we're jacking it up to 10, 12,000 RPMs, 15,000 RPMs, whatever. And we're basically showing you time and cut. Time is money. This took 9 minutes and 30 seconds. We made this adjustment, and guess what? We're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And if there's 100 parts, this is how much money you actually saved. You gotta start thinking about that. Making a part is not good enough. How can you do it efficiently? All right, so that's it. So the building blocks is a 3-axis. The rocket is 10 parts. And on the rocket, so all 10 parts, we basically go over all fundamental moves on a lathe, right? And we build all these pieces that actually assemble together to create a rocket. And you can hold it in your hand. It's got internal O-ring grooves. It's got like threads, different threads. It's got male, female, all of it, right? And you can basically hold it. So this kit actually excites me more than the building blocks. There's 13 tools in here, but it's all stick tooling. It's all Kennametal insert tooling. It's all advanced stuff. So even if you're not doing the rocket, you're just buying like an SC10 or an ST20 or something, or a small lathe, this is an awesome kit because it gives you the tools, the basic tools that you need, and it's at a massive discount. And that's it. So anybody who's actually buying a lathe and you don't know too much about the lathe, just go do the Rocket series on the Academy. Get the kit because the kit is super cheap, it's super advanced, and we teach you exactly how to use it, and it's amazing. All right, so I've talked for a long time. I'm going to say something to the host, Academy hosts. You guys are my heroes. Academy hosts are companies, leaders who are basically making Academy small groups, and they're basically teaching the Academy inside their shop. So it's completely free, right? So the Academy's free. So any machine shop now can actually use the Academy to actually lift up their sales force, to lift up their workers, their guys who are just pushing a button that wants to learn something, right? The Academy basically is that glue that brings the company together, that lifts them up, right? And it's an amazing thing. I think when people actually look at 2018, going into 2019, you're going to see something. There's going to be so much work that is coming back, and people are going to get extremely busy, right? Information like the Academy is at your fingertips. How I used to do it, this is how we did it forever. That stuff is old. That stuff is gone. And people who don't change with the times are not going to make money, and they're going to fall by the wayside, right? You have to energize your younger base. You have to energize your employees. You have to take care of your employees because shops are going to be popping up. And if you're not paying that employee well and you're not taking care of them, of course, he has to lift your company up. It's not about him, it's about you. But if he's a hard worker, she's a hard worker, you have to take care of them. Otherwise, they're going to go to a different company and you're going to be wishing that you did it. Right? And this is also one of those things. The Academy is a free way to actually create in-house training for your team where they can get excited about making a product, machining, programming, and doing all of it. They can get excited about doing it big time, right? And what happens? All of a sudden, everybody on your floor starts talking and meeting on a Saturday morning or a Thursday afternoon, and they get energized. They get like, they're pounded. They're just like, man, I can't wait till Saturday morning. We're gonna like make some CNC parts and this and that. They're like, you're not even a CNC machinist. You're like, yeah, but I'm in sales or I'm in quoting. I'm learning about what I actually do, and I'm excited. So the culture is going up. The whole company is rising, and companies now, 90% of all of the Academy small groups, they're basically opening their doors to the outside. So they're teaching the trade to people, and they're learning it quicker than schools and colleges. And the schools and colleges are using the Academy also, and they also are creating small groups. But because it's in a machine shop, these guys now have a work pool they can hire from. They're helping their community, they're helping their country, they're helping their business, they're networking worldwide, and they're taking their skill to a top level. We're talking building blocks, guess what? Aerospace 5-axis machining is coming. Regular 5-axis machining is coming. If you don't understand it, we're gonna teach it, we're gonna make it easy, right? Live tooling is coming. We're almost finished with the basic stuff, and now it's going to a top level. We're gonna show you how to drill titanium. We're gonna show you how to mill titanium. We're gonna show you how to machine Inconel. We're gonna go to big aerospace companies, and we're gonna talk process with the companies so that you understand what they're looking for. We're gonna talk inspection and quality control. We're gonna talk AS9100. We're gonna talk all of it, and we're going to give it to you so that you guys can lift up, you guys can rise to greatness in 2018, and you guys can make it happen. You can make money, you can put food on your tables, you can put your kids through college, you can go buy a car, make that payment, and go spend time with your family on the weekend because you work in manufacturing, you make it happen, and you put the time in. If you're not successful, there's no excuses. The Academy is free. You got to put the time in. You got to put the work in. You got to get the skills, and you got to be competitive, and you got to go and make it happen and lift up your employer. If your employer isn't feeling it, go over there and lift him up, because that's what we need. We need our guys to come up and lift us up. All right, I was probably talking for 2 hours, and now I'm getting all hyped up and all that. So, any important questions or anything?
No, the only one was, is there going to be 5-axis videos?
What's that?
Is there going to be 5-axis videos?
Yeah. So 5-axis videos, we're definitely. Anybody have any questions for me right now? I can see you guys.
Just lots of comments.
Someone asked if the post have 10% off on the t-shirts, the new t-shirts.
Yeah, you know what? If you guys are part of the Academy and stuff, I will give you guys a discount. So I'll make I'll do a code. I'll give it to Shani, and she will pop it up there on our. If you guys are part of a group, like if you guys are part of an Academy group, I'll give you guys like a 20% discount. Boom. That's big, right? These are American shirts. I pay more money because everybody is like, man, this shirt is so comfortable. It hangs so perfect. Even a big guy that like kind of hides everything, right? It's all good, man. Got the Kenneman on the side. What does the back say? Can you say it? Education for your generation, making it happen. Young, old, whatever, making it happen. So anyway, for like a week or two, we'll do like a 20% code, and then we'll drop it to like a 10%, or we'll figure it out. I'll talk to my team, we'll make it happen. Anything else? So I want to say one more thing. The forum. So you're on the Academy, go to the Titans of CNC forum and basically ask questions. So the Titans of CNC Facebook group is awesome. It is amazing. You put anything out there, everybody is going to basically answer your questions, and it's so positive, right? But a few days after, all that is like kind of gone unless somebody goes and finds it, right? So the forum, actually go into the forum, the Titans forum, we just got it up just days ago. There's a thing on soft jaws, and they were like, oh, how do you do soft jaws? And by the time I got there were so many people that are just like, hey, this is how you cut it, this is how you indicate it, this is how you do a tooling hole, this is how you do this is how you should face the back and face this. And they're like, I was just like, man, There's so much stuff. I'll add some stuff to add some stuff, but it was awesome. So as time goes on, there's going to be more and more people putting stuff. So when you're on the academy and you're going to run the Titan 9M, you can go into the forum, just look up Titan 9M, and there'll be a whole bunch of people that actually ran the Titan 9M, showed you pictures. Why invent the wheel? We're not about inventing the wheel. We're about making it happen, right? I'm not about teaching something complicated. I'm about making it simple. If somebody else already went through it, let me learn from them, take the good, throw out the bad, and make it happen, right? So anyway, I want to tell you guys, Happy New Year's 2018. We're going to rise to greatness. We're going to run. No more tiptoeing. No more walking on eggshells, man. We're going to run up that hill. We're going to be proud to run up that hill to greatness. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make more money in 2018. We're going to take care of our families in 2018. We're going to learn this stuff. We're going to make it happen. And guess what? I kept saying, do I expect you to be an expert? Do I expect you to be an expert? No. But the more parts, the more time that you put in on this, it's all right there. The more time that you put in, the quicker you're going to be, the more efficient you're going to be, the more videos that you watch, everything. Take in the positive, throw out the negative in 2018, and rise to greatness. Boom, Titans of CNC. Thank you to my team, my crew, all my supporters, all my partners. They're the ones, Kennametal, everybody. All my partners are the ones that are actually making all this happen. All right? Boom. Take care, guys.